Hey Hakeem, how's it going? Hello everyone, I hope you're all doing great. I hope you're all doing fine. Hey Okami, how's it going? So, yeah, first of all, apologies for the last 2 weeks. I was super busy with work and I didn't had any time to do any streaming or any content creation. Was just very busy. So I'm happy that we finally can continue to work on the painting from last time. That's what we will do. It's still the painting we started, where we started with the study, and now we make our own painting out of that study. I will try to make as much content and as much progress as I can tonight. Hey Celine, how's it going? Guten Abend. And yeah, it's gonna be a very chill stream tonight, I guess. And yeah, I'm also a little bit rusty in terms of painting. I haven't painted really for the last couple days. I was making more 3D stuff, so yeah, bear with me. All right. Also, my connection is a little bit wonky today. I wanted to start a stream 3 times, but I got kicked out. I don't know what it is. Yeah, so I hope it will be stable as much as we can. I'm sorry, Okami. Yeah, so if you were part of the art community in the Discord, I announced it there that I did not gonna stream or do not gonna stream. And if you want to be a part, just go on the Discord and join there, so you maybe don't have to wait next time. I'm super sorry that you waited. It's just sometimes it's very short notice for me, and I wanted to have the schedule that we're gonna stream every week at least once, so we talk about stuff and that we just have some sort of interaction with each other. But sometimes it's just too much work for me because I also have my full-time job, so yeah, sometimes it's just like it is. So to be honest, I haven't really worked on the painting in between. I think we left off last time at this stage, and I basically just added, when I had time in between, I just added just textures. I tried different things because now I wanted to add also a little bit story to the image, but also still very loose approach. So not too overly committing to anything. And yeah, like we used some of the parts from our study, but I wanted to just add more stuff, add more story. And then here I added a forest texture in the back, which, I don't know, it felt a little bit too unrealistic, so I changed it again, and I thought maybe it's a little bit cooler if we have a more impressive town in the back, but still very loose, very sketchy. So the plan for tonight just would be continuing pushing the image, also like refining all the foreground elements, also still making sure that the scale is right, because what I would usually do at some point, I would just grab Blender and rebuild the scene, block it out, and also when I have architecture, I would spend more time on building the architecture in Blender and give it a really nice design. But this whole thing was just a demo for you peeps to see, okay, how can you use your study and make your own image out of that. And that's what we did. So if you missed all the parts, all the other things we did before are on the YouTube channel. So yeah, you can check it out there. So yeah, what we will do is basically continuing to work on it, try to add more story, also to give it a little bit more of a magic fantasy vibe, and definitely painting out this guy standing in the entrance. Also adding just more stuff. It's just very loose still, but the overall direction is there. I also scaled up this house on the right side. It was a little bit too small. Where did I scale it up? Do I have it here? Because I had to move the PSD. Here I scaled it up here. So I just scaled it up because it just looked a little bit wrong in terms of scaling. And what I like about those old towns is that the houses are a little bit angled because they built the stuff on top, and so this gives it a little bit more of a yeah, magical vibe. Yeah, that's the plan for today. And if you have any questions, as usual, just ask. And yeah, just I hope you guys and girls enjoy the stream. So again, if you have any questions, just let me know. I'm also, like I mentioned, I'm also a little bit slow because I was basically building stuff in Blender all day. So for everything in the back, my goal is to silhouette everything out, just so we have a clear read. Also for the decision to take out this forest, those huge forest trees I added in the back, and replacing it with the sky was just in terms of harmony of the image. It felt very noisy and very dense, and yes, it was supposed to be fantasy, but to really communicate the mood I wanted for the image, it felt it would make more sense to add more of this happy blue sky colors and values. See if that, how that look. If I make it going out of the image. I don't like that. What I also don't want is a tangent, so either a clear overlap or a clear silhouette, but no tangent. Also, I haven't used any perspective grid or anything, so let's see how that goes here. Also, I have to add a little bit of uniqueness to the houses, just to make it a little bit more interesting, because right now, like, the architecture is very plain, very simplistic, and I think we definitely can add a couple of things here and there. Hi, hey Hakim, how's it going? Hey Ruducci. Hey Gabriel, how's it going? I'm good, I'm doing great, thanks, how are you? Just a lot of work. How are you doing? How's the weather at the coast? Happy to hear that, Celine. By the way, how are you doing, Celine? Now that you got the application to the school, do you feel the pressure falling off of you? With the stuff in the back, I just want to indicate. Not too much detail because it would just distract from everything else. And also here, I actually don't want any tangent. of sky here. And some clouds. It's too much. What is everyone doing? Hey Jakob, how's it going? It's hot? Damn, we had snow today, Gabriel. I have a question. What is your take on lenses? Like, how do you choose to depict it, and how would you start in improving it? I thought about getting a camera, don't know. So I would say if you want to improve your sense for a lens, like a 19mm or 30mm lens, I would start playing with the camera in Blender, because there you can really experiment a lot, and you can you're very free in what you do. You can build a scene and then just play with the camera and also play with the lens, try fisheye lens. And yeah, I don't know, it's I think, because I had this question also before, I think people overcomplicate lenses in a way. Because they hear all like 19mm and 50mm, what should I take, what should I do? But it's actually pretty simple. Like, most of images we create are in a very natural sense, like someone would take a photo, you know, like someone would stand at a certain place, and most of those cameras are like 19 to 25mm. So I think if you stay in that range, you can't do nothing wrong, but still I would always recommend just experiment with that and try out stuff, you know, because you never know. Like, I'm also not a super pro in terms of like all the lenses. Like, I like photography, but I don't have a super expensive camera with special lenses and stuff, and that's also something I was getting more into while creating YouTube videos, because it just was interesting for me to see like how is a video looking in different shot with a different lens. But in general, I would, if you like pretty new to the stuff, just take a 3D program, take Blender, it's free, and then build a scene and play around with the lenses. I think you can learn a lot with that. I hope that's helpful. Ooh, you had pizza, nice. Which pizza? What type of pizza? I was super excited about getting into it first, but probably won't be able to afford it now. I'm pretty bummed about it. What? Are you serious? Didn't they said how expensive it will be, or is it relocating to Canada? What is the issue there? I mean, that would be pretty messed up. Yeah, man, I don't know, what's this crazy weather? Still crazy April weather. Are you happy that Dimitri is coming back? I guess you know it already. Oh, Celine, that's a bummer. That's shit. I'm sorry to hear that. But yeah, I think it's really, it's now really about making a smart decision, right? I guess you probably can, I mean, if you, I know it's different when you go to school rather than, I don't know, taking brainstorm classes, but I think if you continue to work on your portfolio as you do right now, you can definitely get a job in that way, you know, if it's what you want. Yeah, great news for you, Gabriel, but bad news for us. Tuna, onions, olives, nice. I think I need more reference. So, what do we do? What do we do? What do we do? Nice. I think that's in Spain. This could work. I'm just looking at references right now for the image. Stuff we can use and we are allowed to use. I was just writing this, yeah, I'm sorry to steal him from you. Don't worry. I think he also planned like going back to France for a long time. I remember we talked about it, I think at least a year ago, that he wanted to go back. And maybe now is really the right time to do that. Honestly, it would be worth it. I will work super hard, but I thought it's a tough decision. The thing about online education is that I'm alone all the time in the middle of nowhere. Yeah, that's the downside. True. Yeah, I mean, how do you know how big the student loan is, Celine? Because if the student loan is like, I don't know, 100 grand, it's gonna take you years to work that back into the bank, you know. Or maybe you find something else. I mean, it's really shitty now that you worked so hard to get accepted, but I find it kind of weird that they don't transparent like all the costs before, because it's like a lot of waste of time to do. I mean, it's not really a waste if you build some sort of portfolio, because then you have it, but still, all the stress and everything. Man, I'm looking for a reference. And they all have water trademarks on it. Can't use them. Looking for a freaking wooden gate I can use. Wooden. But they all have freaking watermarks on them. Nice. I'm sorry, peeps. I'm just have to look for more reference. Jacob asks, how would you recommend to tackle learning perspective? How did you learn it? I'm thinking of taking perspective at Brainstorm, but I'm unsure whether to learn it on my own or to pay for a class. I think you can... The thing is, like, perspective is something you always need, you always do. So I learned perspective while taking, or not taking, I bought a class. It was on Gnomon. It was a perspective class where we had to draw cubes and stuff. And then I realized, okay, I learned a lot about like vanishing points and auxiliary points and stuff, which is important to know if you don't know it before. But at the end, it's more about practice. You know, I would start my day always with drawing boxes and cylinders and spheres and ellipses. Like, ellipses are basically circles in perspective. So you just practice that over and over and over, and use perspective grids, draw a scene, draw characters in perspective with the grid, and you automatically will train your perspective skills. If you have no big clue of perspective, I would say maybe taking a class would make sense, but that doesn't necessarily need to be. You know, you don't necessarily need to take a class to do that, because at the end, the thing what will you do in the class is drawing stuff. I mean, you get an assignment and everything, and you maybe get a feedback from your instructor, and you will learn a little bit faster if you're like a complete beginner. But at the end, it doesn't stop after taking the class, you know. So I would just maybe, if you have the money, you can get faster to your end result, or like to the certain level or the base level. But perspective is something you have to always practice until you breathe it. I hope that helps, Jacob. still looking for a reference for freaking gate. Just stuff I can use. Okay. It doesn't matter, I take one with a watermark because I'm gonna take it, gonna separate it anyways. Oh no, maybe I can take this one. This doesn't get a watermark. But the resolution's pretty low. Alright. Let's make a gate out of that. I think that's the door actually, but doesn't matter. Because we wanted to have it like open and broken, so maybe we can have like one side of the gate still intact. Then we can add something to tell a little bit more story. I think that would be actually a pretty nice idea to do. Not too big, still want to see a little stuff in the back. Or maybe we try the other side. Because I still want to have a little bit like background to sell depth of field.
People feel like they have a book in them, or they have a song in them, or they have a TV show idea. And you can sit around and talk about that all you want. But until it is actually reality, it doesn't count.
Now we match it to the image, so the values and colors are matching the base a little bit better.
I mean, when I was younger, I don't know how many songs
because here it is pretty bright,
wrote, but never quite finished, and never finished recording, or never even started recording.
Darken it a little bit.
No one knows
levels.
that those songs existed. So it kind of doesn't count until you finish it and then put it out into the world.
Also, like all the whites we have here on the lower part, we don't want.
But there comes a time when finishing and moving on, I think, is vital. Otherwise, you're just holding on to all of these works.
This talking in the music is really
if you want to grow,
confusing. Guess we set up some voice channel chat by the time he's around here. Yeah, that would be awesome, Gabriel. Ooh, 40,000 euros. Wow, that's even more expensive than FCD, right? Hey Katsube, how's it going? I'm happy to hear that, Jacob. Hey Svel, how's it going? Thank you, Katsuba. Yep. Yeah, that's right what Svel is saying. That's like 40k is so much. It's gonna take you a really long time to pay that back. Hey Pavo, welcome to the stream. How are you doing? I hope you enjoy your vacation. But it's also like relocating, right? Celine, it's not only that, you also have to move there, and that's also on top. Hey Zoe, welcome to the stream. How are you doing? Yeah, you made it in time. So I don't want to have the gate super intact. It should be look damaged, definitely. To tell more story, maybe we can add some arrows or holes or something. Obviously also creates cast shadow. And I'm always checking the little thumbnail, which you guys don't see. It's on my lower left here, where the chat is, just to see how the readability of the values are. Okay, let's paint in maybe some stuff. Let's just paint over that first. Give it thickness. That's too dark. That's also too dark. Angle this a little bit more. Yeah, that's better, because now it looks really like it's it broke out of the frame. Yeah, that's better. Now I just take a couple of the values here and there. Refine it. Then we do the other side, of course, and later we can decide and think what type of elements we add for story. Maybe it got hit by a cannonball or something. I mean, that's really up to you then, if you're at that point, to decide, okay, what you want to add for the story. Also, what I like is just having happy accidents. Like when you warp some sort of photo like this, using the elements you have on that to add just more stuff. Where's that layer? So it's important that we clean out the silhouette. But this is nice that we can communicate, like maybe there's a hole or something. Can make it even darker. Maybe scratches. We also need to make sure that it's correct in perspective. Also, if you want to save time, you can use the clone stamp tool. Oops. If you have something established, a palette or painted a certain area already, you can just use it for cloning, which is really comfy to do. Also going with the construction of the image. So here, make it more damaged. Why is that translucent here? What's going on? Ah, it's OLED. Now it will work better. Yes, now it's better. Just breaking the stuff, making it look more damaged. And later on, when we paint over all the foliage and everything, we can really start playing with it. Now it's really more establishing all the elements we have inside of the image, and the most important stuff is really to tell story. Okay, we can add a little bit more foliage behind that thing, just to make sure that we have it. Also, again, make sure that you don't have too strong tangents like I have here right now. Also, when you paint stuff like that, make sure that the closest element to the camera has the most detail, and the further it goes back, the less detail you need. Also, if everything is super detailed, nothing is detailed anymore. So, yeah. That's why photo bashing is really cool, but also very dangerous. FCD is more expensive? Oh, I thought they like 26,000 or something. But I don't know if they scale up the money you have to pay. A week off, how can I not enjoy it? That's true, Papa, that's true. I agree. It also was like almost 1.5 weeks. So it's even better. You should sell your kidney. No, you never know when you need your second kidney, Celine. You should sell someone else's kidney. Watching you draw made me draw again a bit too. It was very inspiring last time. First time drawing since I think Halloween last year. That's so nice to hear, Zoe. Thank you so much. And I'm happy that it inspires you. I mean, at least it inspires someone. I feel, to be honest, I don't feel any inspired. Like, I don't know. It's when you have the habit of working and then you take a week off. Then it's like something is missing, and then you just still do stuff. But what did you do, Zoe? I heard that it can be difficult to get a visa, those kind of things, if you don't have a degree. It's true, for example, to move to a studio overseas. Yes, that's true. You just imagine, like, when you go to a different country and they ask you for a visa and they ask you what is your profession. It's different if you can have a degree, like showing an actual degree, rather than saying I paint pretty pictures for a living. You basically have an easier time. I don't know if it's impossible to get a visa without a degree. I don't believe that, but it's definitely easier if you have one. I totally agree, Celine. Yeah, Gabriel, I think the thing what Celine wants is an environment where she can also interact more with people and having like talking about like the work and learning from each other, also learning from other people. I totally agree that she developed more and really good on the brainstorm classes, but I totally understand also her point of not wanting that for a longer period, that she actually wants to get more into, yeah, just into a environment with other creatives. Yeah, Brainstorm will stick around, Celine. Yes, Pavo. I think that's worth for a t-shirt print. Yeah, you have to think like an entrepreneur, Pavo, always. Then you can sell even more kidneys. Thanks, Gabriel. Yeah, it was actually just planned as a demo for the art community, because it was asked a lot of times how to go from a study to a painting or a personal piece, and I just wanted to show the process. But then we spent 2 live streams on it, and I thought now we can, I don't know, push it a little bit more. It's also good training for me. You're trying to work on your same face syndrome? I know that sounds familiar to me. But that's great, Zoe. That's great. Seems like it was worth it. Yeah, I think if you get a job offer, I think then it's, and the company is helping you, I think that's different. By the way, did any of you play Gothic, the game? Just asking because I was playing it in between the last couple of days, just for fun, and I totally forget what a great game it is, and it's still fun even though it looks very old. So those medieval houses had sometimes the chimneys at the end of the roof. So maybe we can play with that a bit. Just to get more interesting shapes. Silhouette in. No, Celine, you're not too picky. It's just very important to you, and I think that's normal. Hey Kareem, welcome to the stream and thanks for the follow. Let's go for 10 live streams, long sessions. I mean, I can easily make that work. Like 10 live streams. So this is session number 3. So 7 more sessions to finish that image. Yeah, I mean, we can always add stuff on top. Why not? Let's see how it goes. Also, like, I haven't worked on it for at least 2 weeks. So it's good to come back to the stuff. And I don't know how's it for you, Gabriel, but for me it's a lot of times I'm studying stuff and then I never finish the stuff because I just wanted to doodle and sketch around a bit. Zoe wrote, well, I kinda hate my art. Usually after 1 or 2 days end up deleting it from social media. I'm doing my best not deleting, but my fingers are itching for it. Anyhow, how did you spend Easter? Yeah, you know, that's actually a very sensitive topic in terms of like how you perceive your own art and how you see it, because I still to that day hate everything I do. In terms of like I'm never satisfied, but it also made me work more on my craft still to that day. So I think if you use that wisely to manipulate yourself in a way, I think it can be very powerful. But social media is a very, like, because I said sensitive topic, it's a very sensitive topic in terms of it's the way of you perceiving yourself, and then you start comparing yourself to everyone else. But why shouldn't someone like the stuff you just painted or drew, you know? I think if you always compare yourself with, I don't know, who you compare your work with, which gives it the value of not being good enough, I think that you try to get away from that. Because at the end, how will you develop in any way if you always like harshly judge your own skills, and you will never be happy, you know? Because like I think a lot of people, and I myself did that a lot of time, I forgot about the joy of creating. But at the end, it's about like having fun creating this stuff, and it really freaking doesn't matter if person A, B, or C likes it, because at the end you have to enjoy making that stuff. And if you do, then that's totally worth it. But if someone else not, why? It doesn't matter really. Hey Philip, welcome to stream and thanks for the like. So the Sun Creator Studio was hiring though, no apply from a year, who knows? Yeah, Celine, I think I don't know, Celine, did you want to have more time to just have more time in general to work on things? Or is the purpose for you really to get a job ASAP? Because you definitely can get a job faster without going on, like taking a super expensive degree or something, you know? And if your purpose is that, then yeah, you can find 10 other ways of that. But if you want to have more time, I don't know, in Germany, for example, like going to school, public school, is very cheap. So I think I had to pay 350 euros per semester, which is like 700 euros per year. And I mean, I studied in industrial design, so we didn't draw or painted anything, but it was fine for me because I had enough time for like doing all the concept art and painting art stuff on the side. So if you're smart about it, and yeah, like you said, you maybe have to know what you really want, like to make a decision. But I also would totally understand if you decide to not right away wanted to have a job and maybe just spending more time on taking classes, developing your artistic skill. And yeah, I think that also you will the urge of getting a job, like the feeling, this comes very fast at a certain point for most of the people, you know, that they're like, okay, I worked enough on my stuff, now I really want to like get a job, also earn some money. What are you peeps thinking about like trying to get a job as an artist, to just or to become an artist, to get a job as an artist, to work as it, rather than being like a artist from the get-go and then just making it your own job? Because I don't know where I saw it. There was a discussion of people on like a guy, I don't know, I don't remember the guy, but he recommended not becoming an artist if you want to become an artist to get a job and to work. Which, I mean, I understood where he was coming from in terms of like his arguments, but it felt also a little bit weak. Like if you want to learn the craft and if you want to get a job and you're not the person who's drawing all day every day, it doesn't necessarily mean to not become an artist. Like it's a little bit of like, I don't know, it doesn't make much sense to me. But yeah. Thank you, Kareem. I'm happy to hear that the sketchbook was inspiring and motivating. That's great. So I achieved my goal. Hey Artexana, welcome to the stream. Thanks for the follow. Nice, Gabriel. I also saw that you stream more regular now. I really like that. But I haven't. I always catch you recording, never the live stream.
Look, you and me on the Charles River. I could die right now, Glenn. I'm just happy. I've never felt that before.
I feel like I'm never good enough to get myself out of there, even though I've been told to post online. It's just like a freaking imposter. Oh, if I hear that, Celine. You know, everyone has the same... I mean, a lot of people have... I don't want to say everyone, but a lot of people have the same thinking. You know? So, don't even worry about it. If I tell you your work looks good, you can post it. No, but the thing is also like, what I really don't like about social media anymore, because in the beginning I didn't really care about, is the urge or that you have this pressure of creating something just to showcase it, you know? Like, you never should create just to showcase something, but like nowadays people are like showing like, oh, this is my, I don't know, this is my, like, the thing is, like, it's so bad of me talking about that, because I was the same, or I am the same sometimes, like showing, like, I don't know, what I just did or what I just drew or painted. But I also like stepped back of it a little bit now, because I don't know, it's just like this, I don't want to feel the pressure of creating stuff just for social media, just to because the thing is, I lost so many followers over the last couple of weeks because I'm so inactive on Instagram, for example, because I don't want to post stuff on Instagram. I just don't want to post, because I draw and paint every freaking day, but I don't want to show it because it's just for me. So, and there's no need to do that. But if you not post stuff on Instagram, like, you lose followers because of this freaking algorithm. So to be honest, I just don't care about it anymore. If I'm gonna drop down to 0 followers, then it's gonna be like that. I just don't want to do, like, the thing is, you go online and then you see like this person posts something and the next person posts something, and then like everyone, you feel like everyone is creating and you're not creating, and that builds up this pressure, and then you just feel pressure to do something, which is nonsense, because you should create because you want to create, and not to show that you are, I don't know, that you just painted something. I don't know, it just feels weird. Maybe it's just me, but I'm in school that I feel is getting really worse and worse as the pandemic is continuing, and I'm not sure if I should quit or not. I don't want to move out of my city, but not sure as well being completely in online school like Brainstorm, or getting engaged in a new art school for 2 more years. I totally understand that, Okami. Also, with this pandemic, it just adds another layer of complexity to the problem. Like, what should you do? What should you do with your resources? Yeah, it's really not easy. I think at the end, like, I think you just should answer the question to yourself: do you want to have more time on just working on your stuff without worrying too much about, like, paying your bills, paying your rent, you know? Because, for example, like, when I decided to study design, I mostly decided to study design, of course, to learn design, but also to give myself more time to grow, because I knew I was shit and I needed more time to develop my skills, because I just started with that. And I knew, okay, in Germany I have funding, I have government, I get this funding, this BAföG, where they pay a big amount of your bills for you, so you don't have necessarily to have a job on the side, which also de-stresses you a bit. But if your, like, goal is really to get a job ASAP, you don't need to go to any art school. I think it even would make more sense to maybe take a mentorship or something, you know? Comparing is overkill. It's really hard to think the balance between motivation and comparing myself, for me at least. Usually something motivates me and then I'm enjoying the process, but soon as I look at a day later, I end up only seeing mistakes, especially in comparison to the image that motivated me. Yeah, but that's just normal. I always like it when I look at an image and it doesn't look good anymore, because then I know I can work more on it. I think that's different for everyone. gatekeeping. Seems to me like they're just trying to make themselves feel better to shutting out others with the arbitrary border. Ideally, I would like to keep studying, but I don't think I keep my sanity here on my own. Getting a job could potentially mean I could move out of my parents and get to meet artists. I mean, you could, that's also a good point, Celine, that you think of maybe getting a job, because like you grow and learn so much on a job. If your goal is learning, you know, and it's just, you just have less time for personal stuff, but at the end, that could be definitely a goal for you. Absolutely. Yeah, the imposter syndrome is worse. Yeah. That's true as well. Oh, that's nice, Gabriel. What do you mean with backstages, Gabriel? Yeah, so it seems like they're like when you post stuff and people are following you, you can lose, like, because some of them are just bots. Like every time you, let's say, post something and you gain, I don't know, 100 followers, like at least 10 to 15 of them are bots, and or like artificial created accounts. So you can lose them again. Celine, that's not a bad idea. Also, if you do something like art history or history, you know, like I think even history would be even better, because then you also become an expert in that field. And like history and research and everything is a big part of the job, so you have a certain extra level of density to your work. And as far as Janusz gives some mentorships, go with him. I actually do give mentorships, Gabriel. But I only have, I don't know how many slots I have left. I think, because at the moment I only take 7 in total. So, but it's on my Patreon. I like it how you phrase that as well. My girlfriend is studying art history, and I can tell you so much. There's 0 painting involved. Yeah, I also think there's like, I think Celine is aware that it's like no painting, that it's just theoretical theory and stuff. Gatekeeping comment was in regards to your question a couple minutes ago about the guy who said you're allowed to get a job as an artist or something like that. Ah, okay. Yeah, I know lots and lots of essays. Hey Marvin, welcome to stream. Yeah, we have deep talking today on the stream. Virtual hug back. I would love to work for a AAA studio that I love, but I know I have to grind really hard, which is what I'm doing at least, but maybe I'm seeing too high for the beginning. Yeah, I mean, I think it depends, you know. I think you can get in as an intern or as a junior. It's also a lot of, it also depends on your timing. So if you have a solid portfolio and they maybe look for a junior, or they maybe look for an intern who has some just like sometimes it's, you know, like sometimes people who are looking at the applications, they just need to see one thing in your work, you know. They maybe like one certain piece very much to invite you and then to maybe give you a chance, or because like we have a lot of like the last couple of weeks I have a lot of talks and chats also with my mentees about applications and applying for internships, because here right now in Berlin for a lot of schools it's this time of the year where students apply for internships, and I feel like sometimes like they overcomplicate this a little bit, which I totally understand because it's also very important for them, but what some of them need to understand is like sometimes it only needs one image, you know, even if you give the people who look at your portfolio, like if you give them like 10 great images, it just needs one good image which sparks interest in you as a person, or like that maybe the art director sees, or maybe other people see that they want to work with you. It doesn't necessarily needs to be a full package, because also like if you apply, I mean it sounds a little bit hard in a way that like a company wants someone who can of course deliver in a pipeline, even though if you may be unexperienced, but also like they just need to see the potential, and that's why a great idea is so important, you know. Like if you're not the greatest painter or the greatest 3D modeler, that doesn't really needs to be. It can be like well executed, but if the idea is really interesting and they see something in you, you can definitely get a job in a AAA studio, I believe. It's also like, I think it's also just important to know that like it's a lot of money involved. So if the company wants to invest in you, because that's basically what you offer them, which is an investment, then yeah, it's like it's a business, you know. So they don't want to risk and waste their time also. Followers with one post, I wish. Yeah, I think you understood what I meant, right? Zoe. Also, like if you have a certain amount of followers, then you can also get 100 more followers with one post. It's possible. Thing is, I don't want to have a tangent here with the roof. Also, we have the light coming around, so maybe we angle it a bit more. Also the readability. I mean, you saw I took basically an image of a door and made a gate out of it. I mean, the design doesn't win any prize, but it's, I mean, it serves the purpose, right? So. I also think I will keep the guy, or the, maybe I make it a woman also, a woman. Like the person standing here, I will keep that for last because it's gonna take the longest, I guess. Alright, alright, alright. We have that gate. So maybe let's flip the image. Also to get a fresh view on the image. Didn't find another word for it, but I was meaning learning a better streaming tool, pairing Twitch and YouTube, making some visual logos and kind of things. Ah, okay, cool. I'm not very academic. I'd suffer at university. Yeah, Svel has a good point here on getting a degree. But that's, I mean, you know, at the end that's just like study what you feel interesting, you know? You feel interested in, Celine. Marvin is feeling that. What? By the way, Anush, you want to know something funny? We worked out a couple times together like 10 years ago. With Patrick, Puddle and Mark. We did? Who are you? We worked out a couple times together like 10 years ago. 10 years ago? Svel, now you have to drop your name because I don't have any clue, to be honest. Because I know Patrick and I remember Mark. I think the algorithm on Instagram would want me to generate images daily in such an even corrective 500 followers. I stuck around at almost 400 at least. You know, Zoe, what you can do if you really want to get more followers, you can also just make your profile a business profile. Take the image that you can go on the stats and look, and that's for everyone, just if you want to gain followers. It's very simple. You just need a little bit money, but at the end you just go on the image which worked best, which gained the most followers, most attention, and just make an advertisement on that, and just do it for 30 days, like $1 to $2 per day, let's say 60 bucks, and then you will gain followers automatically for the 30 days. I don't say that it's a good thing because it's basically like an Instagram subscription, but if you see your art profile, your Instagram profile as business, then maybe considering doing that. I guess gotta have some money to study comfortable in this field, to attend a good school. Yeah, or maybe like that. Also, like at Vuga we have an educational budget, so we have a budget to learn new stuff, which is awesome, and I always use it. So yeah. Tell me about it. I'm in my 16th semester of studying, switching degrees 2 times and still only kind of halfway through it. Svel, maybe you just enjoy studying. I know people who studied that long. All I know, my 96 followers are no bots. I mean, that's great. You don't need more. Very, very true. Unfortunately, it's still very restricted and high income people. At super fit in Steglitz? Sven. Hey, I'm sorry, Sven, but I don't have any face on my internal eye. And we also played StarCraft? What the? Hey, dude, sorry, I totally don't remember. I mean, you also said it's 10 years ago, but I mean, if we trained together, then we bonded. So you're my brother. I had art history in high school, so I'm familiar with it. It's obviously more demanding, but then it's COVID. I guess it's more makes sense. Take art, yeah, maybe. Oh, SC2 people of culture, I see. Of course, Marvin, of course. What else? What else you should do with your life than play StarCraft 2? Or just draw fan art, lol. Karim, for which person was it with the draw fan art? Or which comment was it? Oh my god, that's like pay to win on Instagram game. Yeah, but it's sadly that's how it is, because like there's so many, like all the people who have a huge following, you see even them still post every freaking day. So if you don't want to play that game, you can do that. Like Instagram became a business. It's just an advertising tool. I mean, for some people, of course, it's also a personal way of showing, I don't know, what they do, what they eat, or like their life. But if we break it down, Instagram is just an advertising tool. Like, people who are not selling stuff, they advertise their life in a way. I mean, what Instagram is actually great for is when important stuff has to be shared, like things which we don't see over, things which we're not able to see over television because it gets controlled. But yeah, I also from the moment where I stopped posting so much on Instagram, I also try not to be at my phone so much, which is so good. I feel like losing so much time. I don't like this cloud in the back. It looks kind of awkward. Paint it away. Get out of my image. Little birds in the back. Birds in the back. I mean, the shape of the tower in the back looks a little bit awkward, or not clear enough. It must be at least communicate some sort of architectural structure, so it's not too arbitrary. like I like the idea of in the medieval times that they built like living space on top of the main house, which was basically out of bricks. So let's and it's a fantasy piece, so we could think, okay, maybe they just add more and more and more living space on top, which is also a very common concept for fantasy towns and stuff. So yeah, at least if you peeps can learn something out of our videos and streams, I think it's fine. What we also need to do is we need to definitely give the foreground more detail, because it's closer to the camera. And also we need to add more story elements. That's very important, because story is king. But we also need to work out the silhouettes of the objects. So maybe the roof is a little bit damaged, because the backstory we had is like it's like the person or the whoever's standing there when we finished the image discovered this city, this town, and like doors are damaged, everything looks like if they got attacked. But we want to have this yellowish magical light to communicate actually a happy place. So we have a nice contrast of this maybe ex-war zone with the nice happy lighting and colors. But yeah, as you see, like where we started with the image and where we now, it's constantly evolving and changing. And also like that's something why I like to work a little bit messy in the beginning, because I don't wanna take the freedom away of achieving maybe something which I'm not imagining right away. Because I want to come up with an image which maybe I wasn't aware of in the beginning, like 100%. Maybe I have a broad idea, but it's way more interesting to achieve an image which looks interesting and I couldn't even think about it from the get-go, you know? And it's also just enjoying the act of painting and working on that. Just having fun. Don't care about social media nonsense and all that. Just having fun with painting. Sounding a little bit like Bob Ross here. Every tree needs a friend. Wow, did you settle for something generally like... That's why your profile was every time into my Instagram feed. Yeah, that's true, yeah. You got me. I do enjoy studying, but nowadays I'm also just studying part-time and working full-time, so it's naturally stretched a lot. That's great. Ah, Sven, I think I remember. Sven, I think now I remember. Who are you? aren't you a friend of Mark? And I remember you... I think you also were pretty new to training, right? I was still playing football during that time, 10 years ago. Yeah, that's right. That was actually right before my football prime time, I would say. Like 10 years ago, I was 15 kilograms heavier than now. Or maybe it's just shifted. It went from the top to the bottom. Oh, just grow your IG. How can I grow my IG, Kareem? Via videos, or what do you mean? It's not like I don't want to, I can't. I'm not capable of generating art every day. Don't worry, Zoe. You can also, I mean, you can also post progress images, but if that's really important for you to do. But if it's about creating art, don't care about it. Since most people here are from Europe, we should do an art collective, rent a space and study art together. Okay, if you organize that. So we need a very central place. Maybe Berlin would be a good idea, Celine. Also, I got a cool job offer from a company 2 years ago that gave me so many awesome opportunities, but I was really a 1 in a million chance of happening. Nice. What type of job, Sven? Sounds great. Continuity, it was because I did stuff in my free time for one of that company projects. Yeah. There is still an option of going for a couple weeks to Focal Point in Poland. It's a cheap country and it's in-person classes, even it's just for 6 weeks. Yeah, maybe consider that, Celine. I don't know what the price is, but if it's good, why not? Oh, you gotta go, Zoe. Have an awesome evening. Thanks for joining. Enjoy your evening, Zoe. It was nice to have you. It ranged from 600 to 800 euros depending on the class. I mean, that's a pretty good price. Bye, Okami. I just let go and fall like a waterfall. Yep, Mark introduced me to Patrick, and the time I was new to training, made some good progress. Then I got a girlfriend, lost all the progress back up 3 years ago. Yep, I got you. I feel you, Sven. I feel you. I also haven't properly trained since COVID. Only doing pull-ups and push-ups and jogging. That's it. I'm currently leading a technical support team for a product similar to Discord. Started out as a junior, worked up my way up, fully remote. That's awesome. Man, that sounds great, Sven. I'm happy to hear that. If you want an argument against going to a costly private university, I know someone who started out with level design as a hobby, went to game design school and hated it. Yeah, that's how it is. That's so normal. When I thought I would go to industrial design, I thought I can draw and paint all day, but all we did was going to the workshop and building stuff with our hands, which I personally hated. So yeah, but I needed time to develop, so. See, Celine, Marvin is also going to Focal Point, maybe. So maybe you guys can communicate about that. By the way, if you're not on the part of our art community and you want to be a part of our art community, just go on the Discord button on the Twitch or on YouTube and join. Feel free to join. Okay, I think I need to push a little bit more here. like the light. Light. That's too much. So the idea was that the light is coming behind it, the house. So we have this here, and it's leading the eye to the character. Standing. It comes around. And it also helps to silhouette out the house in the foreground. Ooh, that's the right. What is everyone else doing? Dropped out after 2 semesters and just did stuff in this free time. Got 2 offers from Jaeger in Berlin and Arkin and Friends. Solid! Solida. A little bit more here. Because the light's coming from the left. Just give it a little bit more form. Makes it more interesting. Yeah, in the beginning I use mostly brushes, just to just drop in the values and the tones just faster, and then when it comes to like the refining stage and like adding stuff gently without killing all the edges, I like to use gradients and lasso tools and stuff. Also, like the further I progress in a piece, I work slower and slower and slower. So I don't like that. We need to work on this here. Also, the question is like how strongly the roofs get hit by light. Also, the top part. I totally forgot about the top part of the gate as well. I also need to refine that even more. Also, the ground. We also need to work on that ground. There's so much to do. actually add more depth of field. We add more foliage, which is overlapping with the buildings in the back. So we create this layering effect of having things in front of each other. Also, when it comes to the background, I just like to indicate stuff. And as we talked about that before, is like about adding less detail to the back, because we don't want to over detail anything. It's just like your eye usually can't see that far, so we just indicate more buildings in the back, more structures, and the optical illusion will do the rest for us. But again, we don't want any tangents. How you peeps are doing? Are you even entertained? I don't want to lose myself too much in that here. Hey Edgar. Hey everyone, working as a web developer and pursuing art on the side, trying to change careers to be a concept artist. That's great. Hello Janos, are there any habits outside of art that you think help you on having the right start of mind to learn better, see form and perspective better? I would say habits which help you to see form better and stuff. Maybe picking up a camera, making photos of stuff, that definitely helps. Just making your own little setups, or just take a couple objects and taking maybe a desk lamp and then lit the objects and then just basically make photos. Also try a 3D program that also helps a lot with learning form. If you try to build your phone, like with all the edges and everything you have, you learn really a lot about form, and you also start to observe more. Maybe also try clay, building little clay stuff. Even playing with Legos can help you to understand the process of building and form. And besides that, like to learn better, which is a great habit, I believe, and that maybe is a little bit contrary for some people, but going for a run in the morning helps. I just have the experience with that if I go for a run at first in the morning, not only my body is super awake, but also you pump so much oxygen in your brain that it helps you to think better over the whole day. And also if you become an artist, or if you're someone who's sitting in front of the laptop or the PC, whatever it is, the whole day, then it just helps you also with, you can sit longer because you already had a lot of movement. I don't know if that was helpful, Edgar. Let me know if it was. Hey Janis, welcome to the stream. How are you doing? Is this painting for concept and exploration, or are you going to make it to final cure illustration? To be honest, Janis, I don't really know, because this is just a demonstration of the previous videos where we made a study for the question of how to go from a simple study of some vegetation to your own image, your own piece, and that's what this is about. I actually didn't have planned to paint so long on it, but since we've spent 2 live streams already to paint on it, and for me it's kind of chill right now, so I don't know, I just paint as long as I want to paint on it, and then we're gonna see how far the quality is. But usually I would not, because this we really started from scratch. Like we started with a sketch and then just paint without using any 3D. But if I have so many houses and stuff, like all the houses don't have a very strong design, you know, they're very simplistic, I would go back to the drawing board, draw more designs out, then build the houses in Blender, then set up my scene and then paint over it to make a final image. But this was not the purpose of the demonstration. I hope that answers your question, Janis. How are you doing, Janis, by the way? I have to go. Have a nice evening, everyone. Yeah, well, have a nice evening as well, Gabriel. I hope you have a good day tomorrow and see you soon, hopefully. Take care, buddy. You're welcome, Edgar. Ciao, ciao, Marvin. Have a good one. Have a good evening. Problem with overlap, but the shape looks really nice. Also, if the sun is coming from there, we want a little bit of a cast shadow. Yup. Would always go over the top before and then subtract from that. So also using like the foliage and all the foreground and midground elements for composition purposes. Okay, let's see the difference from the last stage. Okay, so we added more light, of course. We added more foreground. Like we try now to like harmonize the image a little bit more. Also, we need to work more on the gate, also the upper part and all the foliage. And there's a lot of areas where is missing information. Also, the ground is. We wanted to have the dabbled light shapes from our study, but they have to look nice. So we just can't like do like light blobs on the ground. And we need to add way more story elements. Story is absolutely crucial. We also need to push more light on the light areas, because when I look at it now and I look at the grayscale, like the separation from shadow side and light side on certain parts can be stronger, like for example like here, and also the gate part. And I think which is really important is that we definitely spend time on the upper part here. It not only looks a little bit incorrect in terms of perspective, which is not a problem in the moment, but it's also like part of the selling point, and I want that to get hit by light later on, so we need to add more detail. But again, we don't want to over detail everything. Yeah, and I think we definitely have a lot of potential to add story if we add stuff to the horse, for example. So definitely if we add a saddle or something. I mean, we can also use a photo for this, but just saying, like, if we add a saddle here, you can add stuff to the saddle, like, I don't know, a sword, or some sort of gear or anything. Also, what is nice is if we add some sort of, yeah, some extra elements, like it's a city which got maybe attacked, I don't know, by a creature or maybe by an army or a group of people, but we have to indicate that through certain story elements, which can be like whatever, arrows, guns, weapons broken, corpses, I don't know. You can go as far as you want to go. I mean, you can make it more mysterious. You could add, I don't know, huge animal marks, scratches, broken parts of things which are like, the things, like, there's a fine line. You have to communicate that that the observer sees that it's something that could be, maybe, possibly be a part of the world we live in, but you can then scale it. You know, you have 80% realism and the 20% you change and scale. It's so nice to see it come together. Yeah, yeah, it's still a lot of things, a lot of stuff we need to add, but that's really, like, I think it's really important not to be afraid of that you do a study and then just, I don't know, make a sketch, think about what you just studied, and then come up with a very simple story. It can be very simple, and then just do that. Hey Naveen, how's it going? Also, if we add a saddle to the horse, we can make the silhouette of the horse more interesting. Like, if you see it here now, it's just like the silhouette of a basic horse, but if you add a saddle, you can change the silhouette and make it more interesting, just in terms of shape. Of course, I would always grab a reference for it, because I don't know how to paint a perfect saddle, but I would always just try and start with the shape. So I think I will definitely, for the next stream, I will think about the story more, so we can proceed more there, and actually think about what is the story. I'm not so sure. Let's leave that out. Yeah, I love to work messy in the beginning. It's just being free, you know, just being loose. Do what you want, try out what you want, because you never know if you have a happy accident on the stuff you do. Also, don't add photos too fast. Really just sketch in shapes, paint in, like, your ideas first, to see if you maybe come up with interesting things. You never know. Chat is quiet now. People go to sleep. So, how long is the stream going? 2 hours and 20 minutes. I think maybe we can slowly end the stream. And we can continue to work on the image next time. What do you think? Celine is still here, yeah. You were always there, Celine. Sven is also still here. Okay, sorry. Sorry. I will continue painting. I'm sorry. Can even later add maybe silhouettes of figures in the back hiding. Maybe there are some villagers living in those houses still. There's so much more we can do here. Also for the end of the image, like adding particles to the area where the light is coming through, which gives the image just more magic vibe. There's so much more you can do. Just also thinking about like how you want to manipulate the eye, so that you are forcing the eye to look to a certain area. I mean, the most you can do that is through contrast, but if you have like a secondary focal point and a tertiary focal point, you can like do that through other things as well. And I found a tangent again. If you want to end the stream, go ahead through so you never stop as long as someone is here. I mean, Hakim, if you go to sleep but you stay on the stream, I will not continue streaming, if that's your question. No, I'm just like, I was just asking because like sometimes it's good just to step away from the image, and I mean, we already streamed almost 2.5 hours, so I think yeah, I think it's definitely we did some progress definitely today. So and I think it's gonna be even more exciting the next time, because next time I think we can just add more story, and every time you go back to the image you just can think more about stuff you can add. It's just fun. It's like really like playing with Legos and just building stuff on top. We can do shifts, all right. And who does my shift? I see you installing a bot who's answering me, Sven. Yeah, I think I will end the stream now. It was my pleasure to have you, peeps, as usual. I hope you could take something out of the stream, if it was art related or our other deep talks today. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed the stream today, and I hope to see every one of you on the next stream. And yeah, it's gonna be on the stream are always on Wednesday at 7. So yeah, after work basically. And otherwise, I wish you all a wonderful evening and a wonderful rest of the week. By the way, I'm also editing next YouTube episode, which was the interview with the character designer. I just didn't have any time to continue to edit the video, so I will try to finish the edit this week. Hey Seiya, how's it going? I just wanted to end the stream, but now I can't say us here. Damn. No, so yeah. Thanks everyone. I wish you all a wonderful evening, and yeah. enjoy drawing and painting and everything else. Edgar, I don't know what the smiley means. Okay, everyone, take care. See you soon. Ciao, ciao. Ciao.